welcome to this channel. This is the Eradicator, and today we're going to talk about Around the Verse, new ship being revealed, and a couple of other things. So let's get started with a quick summary of Around the Verse. Eric, Karen Davies, Dave Haddock. This is the second time that they're here. I think so, guys. I'm a bit disappointed today. We didn't have much new this week. I think that what I believe is that they're being a bit lazy with their Around the Verse, and that they're shooting, they're shooting these episodes straight. If you see what I mean. So I think that this episode was shot actually last week. Because there's exactly the same people and the topics are going to be exactly the same, which is very disappointing. So we're going to skip all this community fluff. And then first they're going to talk about the new concept, which is the Corsair. Now I'm very excited about the Corsair on a personal basis. Now I'll tell you why. Because actually I am from a place called Brittany, which is the nation where I'm from, and my hometown is called Saint-Malo. As I'm going to show you some really nice pictures. This is basically how it looks like. This is my family's hometown, and yeah, we have lots of boats and ships. But in the past, this harbor here was very famous for its Corsairs. If we look at the famous people from my hometown, Jacques Cartier is the explorer of Canada. Here, what do we have here? René Duguay-Tourin, Corsair. Who else? Robert Surcouf, Corsair, and he was perhaps the most famous Corsair of them all. This guy, which, if you know, I'll probably get name my ship after him eventually. So all of these people, all of these Corsairs, they're from my hometown. My hometown is a town of Corsairs. So when I see this, an explorer ship that will allow you to fight and do other things, I am very, very attracted, guys. Now, am I attracted by the price? Yeah, I know it's a bit more expensive because where I'm from, I need to pay the VAT, 20% VAT. Ouch. So it's a little bit more expensive. But we don't really know the specs. What I want to know is how much cargo is it going to carry? Is it going to be 96 SCU of cargo like the Constellation that it wants to compete against, or like the Mercury Star Runner, which I currently have? I don't know. But it seems that it's going to be able to fight a bit better than the Mercury, so that could be a good alternative to a Mercury. Say if you're going to places that, you know, maybe will involve you in some unwanted entanglements. So I don't know. I would guess maybe the Mercury would be better for if you're doing some light trading. The Mercury would be better for safe routes, whereas the Corsair would perhaps be better for more uncharted routes. Which is why, you know, it's called an explorer. It's not just for exploration. Maybe you want to trade to some, towards some places where people don't usually trade. That could be also quite interesting. We are definitely going to see that in the future. They're going to talk more about it tomorrow in Reverse the Verse. Now, verse here. All right, let's play the game. So they're going to talk about. They reminded us when the Corsair's name was defined. That was basically in 2017, where they had this whole event. You know, what is going to be the Drake Constellation. The people decided it would be called the Corsair, which was a really great name that made a lot of sense. So I'm really glad that this is the name that they chose eventually. And it's very interesting because it has this asymmetrical look with these wings that fold, very Star Wars-like ships. You know, this is, in my opinion, this is the ship that makes me think of a Star Wars ship the most, which is why I am so interested in this ship. I'm not a big fan of the cockpit layout, but we're going to talk about it later. But yeah, very, very interesting indeed. Then they invited this guy. So CIG. I understand that this is probably this developer is probably very competent and is doing a great job. But please, and I am a native French speaker. When I wake up at 7 in the morning and I watch this video, I am not fully awakened. I don't understand anything he is saying. So please, CIG, what he's saying is and I have to watch it a second and a third time to say, all right, you know. What he's saying is very interesting, and the guy is very smart. But please, bring us some subtitles, because it's really, especially if you don't have your full intellectual capabilities, you're just waking up, you don't understand anything he's saying. So please, or let him speak French and have what some the translation. I don't know, but it's really hard to understand him. So they need to do something about it. Again, probably very competent and probably doing a great job at designing all these ships. Really appreciate the work. It's just it's not the shape that I'm criticizing, it's the form. And they're usually together, Paul Jones and Corentin. Yeah, look at that. Look at this. It looks like, especially with these folded wings, they make me think of these landing shuttles from Star Wars. Very nice. I'm pretty sure that this was the inspiration. So it will be able to have an Ursa rover inside, which is nice. So the Ursa is going to either take some cargo capacity, or you don't need the rover and you're going to have more cargo. We still need to wait how much cargo is it going to get. I hope that this is going to be a little bit better than the Constellation. But again, this ship has more guns. It seems to be quite combat oriented too, so maybe they don't want to be to make it like the Uber Explorer ship. So maybe it's not going to have as much as cargo. To me, this is the main point, because guys, I want to make money with cargo, so that's why I find it's quite important. Yeah, very interesting. Seems to be in white box phase. Look, that's the cockpit. So here, I didn't really understand what it was about at the beginning, but apparently so. You're gonna have the pilot here on top and the co-pilot at the bottom. So if you are the co-pilot, you're looking towards the ground, and you can tell the pilot, oh, it's a good landing. Yeah, come on, you can land here. But if you're a pilot, it's a bit tough. So I guess at the beginning I was not really high on that, but I guess it's gonna be similar to how it is in the Cutlass. And the other interesting thing, so look at all these guns here, plus side turrets. So this is going to be a ship that is going to be very interestingly armed. And I really wonder what is going to be the crew capacity of this ship. Maybe we're talking about 2 to 6 people, maybe. I don't know. We'll have more details tomorrow, but yeah, it seems like it is going to be like most Drake ships. Not the strongest, but definitely a very good all-rounder. That's what Drake ships are. So yeah, very glad to see the Corsair, and with that came the ability to name your ship. So this is something that is being introduced with the Corsair. The devs have also said that this is something that is going to be expanded to all of the different ships. So don't be mad that, oh, you people buy this ship because they can name this ship. In the future, you will be able to name all of the ships. So don't worry about it. This is just the first ship that you get to name at the beginning. Then after, they were talking about ArcCorp. It's very interesting, like the old iteration of ArcCorp. Like it looks more like the original ArcCorp we had back in the social module. And then they were telling us how ArcCorp became, what it is now with all of these animations. Now, guys, this is a follow-up from last week. They could have shown us that last week. They decided not to. They decided to split that into 2 short ATV episodes, and I find that unfortunate. This is why we didn't have any new information, any update on the Evocati patch. No, nothing. Because here CIG was lazy. They just split their videos in 2 between last week and this week. So that's not cool. That's really not cool. And all of these things that we see here, we've seen that. Again, this guy probably did a very good job, and kudos to him. Thank you so much, sir, for all your hard work. We appreciate. But we've seen that last week, so I don't really appreciate that, and I'm going to complain in the forums on Spectrum later about it. That this is, especially there are subscribers who paid CIG on a monthly basis. So I think we expect more from CIG. So yeah, not really cool. What is it? So they talked about some of the props, which in my opinion is always interesting. Props are always a big part of the immersion. So they're talking about different food vendors that we will have available on ArcCorp, and probably around different places too, because some of these props you can find them also in Lorville, for example, or even in Levski. But they develop really quite a few more here for ArcCorp, which I believe are going to populate more and more places in the future. Again, as always, guys, the hard work that they're doing now, the time they're spending working hard right now, is going to be used in the future. So yeah, this is all looking good, and I cannot wait, until we have these real survival mechanics where we're gonna have to eat to get some buffs or to get rid of some debuffs. These places are going to be useful. We are going to go to these places in the future to buy some food, buy some stuff to maintain our character. So it may look like they're spending a lot of resources, but if you look at the greater picture, this is going to be most useful. So that's why they're showing us. I really appreciate it when we have a little glimpse at all of these details and all the work that is being put into. And even some of these lesser known developers in CIG, they get their moment to shine and show their work. So that's really cool. And that's perhaps my favorite segments around the verse, is looking what these guys are doing. Now, last but not least, they were also telling us about the 300 series. A quick work on the 300 series, something that we could have guessed. So the base 300 series model is finished and is going to be in 3.5, but the other variants, such as the 315, the 325, the 350, are not going to be in 3.5. They are either going to be in 3.5.1 or 0.2 or 0.3 or whatever, or they will be delayed in 3.6. So that is the other thing that we need to know, guys. That's about it for this Around the Verse. I am disappointed that they basically that they've been exposed. We're exposing CIG. They're just, instead of having a longer, higher quality ATV, they're splitting their ATVs over 2 weeks, and I don't think that's cool. I don't think that's cool. So tell me what you guys think. Are you okay with this kind of format where they split one subject over 2 weeks? Are you gonna buy a Corsair? I don't know. It's quite expensive. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. We'll see. But I really want to have a giveaway in May. If I buy the Corsair, I won't be able to. Yeah, I don't know. But quite tempting to get a Corsair. I really want to name my Corsair in a certain way. Yeah. You guys tell me what you think in the comments down below. And now it is time to answer a question from one of the eradicators who support the channel, the crowdfunding website, Patreon. And so, Max Power asks, good day, fine sir. I have been pondering the ideal Star Citizen fleet, and I was curious of your thoughts on this. Well, that is a very nice fleet here that you have, Max Power. Let's see what you have. 325A, very good fighter, especially with the rework. You will not be disappointed. Especially you're gonna have the speed that it goes and how fast it leaves atmospheres. Excellent. Prospector, good way to make a lot of money at the beginning of the game when you don't have enough money to fill an entire Mercury of cargo. Very good choice. Mercury, fast, 96 SC of cargo. You are going to enjoy flying this really nice ship with a beautiful interior and maybe the nicest cockpit perhaps that we're gonna have in the game. Very nice. Is that a Heartseeker or a Wildfire? I think that's a Heartseeker. Again, that is pretty badass. Has the maybe the strongest weapons that you can find on a civilian Super Hornet, so very good choice. Envil Karak, very nice as well. The Mighty Explorer, as Board Gamer would say, a good choice as well. Badu Merchantman, you're gonna make a ton of money with that. As soon as you have enough money to fill it with lots of cargo, you're gonna make a lot of money with this, and you're gonna travel in style with the 890 jump. You're gonna be able to carry passengers, do luxury passenger missions, and this is a very tough. Now, the CIG considers that to be a capital ship now. So you're pretty much safe from griefers if you're flying an 890. You're gonna need a fleet of people against you, if just to put your ship in danger. So very good choice, very good fleet, Max Power. This is what I thought of your fleet. And if you want your question to be answered in the show like Max Power, don't forget you can subscribe on Patreon. It only starts at $1 per month, and you get access to lots of different perks, such as your questions answered in the show, or access to my Discord. You can also automatic participation in giveaway. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for coming today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't. So that is really going to allow you to watch daily Star Citizen content. And make sure to please hit that like button and drop a comment. That is really helping the channel to grow. That's all for today, guys. This is the Eradicator. I'm signing out.